Is Sonic Frontiers on Switch really that bad? So I got Sonic Frontiers on launch, I uploaded some handheld gameplay on the Nintendo Switch OLED, and then I did a live stream of a few hours, you know, playing through the game and sharing my opinions, etc. So if you want to see live streams, go down there and subscribe as well. So to answer my question at the beginning of the video, is it really that bad on Switch? Well, let's start with saying yes. Because if you compare this game to all the other systems that it's available on, well then yes, it really is that bad. So, you know, comparing a Nintendo Switch to a PS5, why would you do that? You know, you can see how good this could look and run. But to me, it's not really about that. But anyway, I'll get into that more later. Straight up, yes, it is pretty bad looking, you know, like there's lower resolution going on here, both docked and handheld. I don't even think it reaches 1080p docked. It's more like 720p docked. It's at a locked 30 FPS frame rate. You've got really bad pop-in pretty much on all areas other than the self-contained cyberspace areas. So on the like open world, open zone like areas, yeah, it's pretty mushy looking. It's quite sort of blurry in a way, and there is a lot of pop-in. You can see that they've just taken the game and put lower resolution assets in there and just downscaled the whole thing on every way possible. But it does achieve a 30 FPS locked. It's not dipping down to like 10 FPS or anything like that. It doesn't chug. It's actually playable, providing you can get over those visual quality differences. It's going to be harder for you if you've already looked at gameplay on any other system, I will say that. And of course, if you've got a different system and you want to play this with the best possible like graphics and blah blah blah, well then just buy it on another system. Why are you watching this video? But for those that have a Nintendo Switch and that's all they have, or you're like me and you've got a high-end gaming PC, you've got a PS5, but you just want to play this handheld and you don't have a Steam Deck, well, this is absolutely still playable. Because if you can get past those lower resolution assets and the kind of slight mushiness, well then actually this game is ridiculously fun. I've played this game now for, I don't know, maybe 5 hours. So this isn't a full review, it's just kind of my first impressions, but so far, these 5 hours I've played have gone like that. They have gone so fast because I have been having so much fun. So the game itself, let's talk about that, because previously, I think they didn't market it overly well. Like, nobody really knew what this was going to be. They showed off their first gameplay stuff and it looked like a tech demo. It looked barren, it looked empty, it looked a bit random. It was like, what is the point? What is going on here? We knew it was like an open zone sort of thing, but we didn't really know what was going on. And I went into this with kind of like, is this gonna be fun? Is it not? And I have to say, it is insanely fun. This is the best Sonic game I have played probably since Sonic Adventures. And I'm gonna say that now. I know some of you probably gonna give me hate, but I haven't played all the Sonic games since then, but the ones I have played, I just didn't find fun. I love Sonic as a character. I love the idea of Sonic and everything else about it, but I just find the games suck. Whereas Sonic Frontiers changes that for me personally massively. The game is so fun. I've seen some reviews. Look at Nintendo's live review. They gave it a 4 out of 10. A 4 out of 10! What are you doing? Like, this is at least a 7 on the Switch, at least. And as the game as a whole, I'd probably give it like an 8.5 so far, and I've not even completed the game because I've had so much fun. You've got the open world areas, the zones. You've got 5 islands in the game that you can just go freely to explore. You get a nice like tutorial sort of setting in the beginning of the game, which is linear, but it just shows you how to do the controls, all the basic stuff, which I really liked. So you've got these 5 open world areas, and then you've got the cyberspace areas, which I think there's like 8 per island or something like that, which are then self-contained, like pre-rendered kind of like environments that you are locked in, which are old school, more classic Sonic experiences, which are really fun. And each one of those cyberspace areas, you get, I think, 4 or 5 challenges, which will be get S rank, meaning get to the end within a certain time limit, which can be really hard, but incredibly satisfying when you actually do it. When I was live streaming, I spent a good amount of time trying to S rank, and it was so funny because I was getting so furious. Everyone in chat was was laughing at me. And then I finally did it, and the success, like, it just felt so good doing that. You can then collect the like red rings. Like there's different things that you need to do per cyberspace area, and that is actually really fun. But then the open zone area is just as fun. And this is another thing. The open zone area is way more like relaxed, I want to say. There's not this sense of like urgency and anxiety that you get from the cyberspace areas. It is got relaxed music. It's really chill. Like it's just go explore. Go find stuff, and you find stuff everywhere. And at first I was like, well, this looks a bit random with stuff floating in the air and there's like rails everywhere, like what is going on? But then when you actually play, it just makes so much sense. They all interlink in their own way, and you can go and explore and you find different like things to do. There's puzzles in the open world, there's enemies out there, there's like world bosses that are just like wandering around, and you can get the cogs. So you have to obviously collect the chaos emeralds, and you can get vault keys to do so, but then you can get the cogs from just finding them or defeating certain enemies, which then let you unlock the next cyberspace area. There is so much to do. You've got like the seeds of power, the seeds of defense, and then you find this little old man dude like that's just wandering around, and you give them to him and he makes you more powerful. Like there's just so much to do. Like I've spent 5 hours in this game and I feel like I've only spent 5 minutes. Like I honestly do, and I just want to keep playing. Every time I put the game down and I'm playing something else, like I'm just thinking about Sonic Frontiers and when I'm next going to actually play it and what I'm going to find next, you know? And all of the things that we said about at the beginning about it looking mushy and like, you know, lower resolution assets and stuff, that didn't matter to me. It really didn't. If you're like a pixel pusher, then you're gonna struggle with this game. You're gonna focus on, oh man, that pop-in's terrible. But we're running this on 7-year-old hardware. Like the Nintendo Switch, the Nvidia, you know, the Tegra X1 or whatever it has in it, was from 2015. 2015! We are running this on a tablet that is nearly 8 years old, and I think it does a phenomenal job. Like that locked 30 makes this playable. If it wasn't really locked and it was really dipping and chugging, it would be a bad time. But honestly, I'm having so much fun. And as always, the reason why I buy things on Switch as opposed to my PS5 or my gaming PC is because I have that freedom with the Switch. I just feel like I can pick it up at any point, jump in, go, and you're good. And with Sonic, you can save at any point. So you literally can jump in for 10 minutes if that's all you've got, save, come out, you're all good to go. Whereas I always feel that kind of, I don't know, with the PlayStation or the PC, I feel like I have to do it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go and turn it on, load it all up, like be sat in a locked position, and then I'm forced to play it then. And I just have this kind of like tendency to put that off. Whereas the Switch, it can just be kicking around. I can just literally sit down on the sofa, which I often do in front of my telly, and just play handheld as opposed to on my TV. Like that is the benefit here of getting Sonic Frontiers on Switch. And I honestly think if you've only got a Switch and you really want to try this game out, you're going to be fine. You know what you're getting yourself in for, and it is so much fun. There's so much stuff I haven't even talked about, which I went over in the live stream, which I just love about this game. Even little things like the loading screen. Loading screens between things give you like a Bayonetta feel. I said this game is like really like Bayonetta in the live stream because you've got the open world, you've got the like challenge areas, that kind of thing, and then the loading screens you can test your combos and try out new combos. And the loading screen doesn't just end when it's loaded, it gives you the option to cancel it. So you can stay in the loading screen, which is basically an area where you can test your combos, and if you do it right, it'll move on to the next one, etc. Or when it's loaded, you just press minus and then you're back into the game, whatever. But so far, I am really digging Sonic Frontiers. As a game, it is so much fun. And any of these reviews that are like below 7, ignore them, because that's just not fair. Like, it really isn't. It really isn't. And I'm someone that normally doesn't like Sonic games because I just really don't. This is really good. This is really, really good. Like, I'm really happy with how good this game is, and I can't wait to keep playing it some more. I really, really can't wait to play. As a Switch port, it's on 7-year-old hardware, nearly 8-year-old hardware. I think they did well. Yeah, maybe it could look a little bit better. But again, you've got to take into consideration what this is running on. Again, if you're somebody that really wants the best visual quality, go buy it on any other system. Like, you know, just do that. But for a Switch port, I'm really happy, I'm having fun, and that's what all of this is about. Gaming is about fun. To me, it's not about sitting and pixel peeping a freaking screenshot and saying, oh, well, there's this many pixels. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I will go to the GameCube, I'll go to the NES, I'll go to whatever, my Game Boy Advance, and I will have fun. I'm not like, why isn't this like the best graphics? I don't care, as long as the game is fun and it's playable in terms of the frame rate is smooth enough for you to play, and that all gets checked here. So there you go, there's my rant about Sonic Frontiers. I want to know what your thoughts are. Have you played the game? Do you have it on a different console? Why did you buy it on that console? Why haven't you bought it yet? Blah, 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 blah. Just answer all your own questions down in the comments because I really, really want to know. And of course, make sure you go and subscribe. We are doing live streams of different stuff. I'm playing through the entirety of Bayonetta. Go check out the Switch OLED handheld video here if you want to see extended handheld gameplay of Sonic Frontiers running on the Nintendo Switch OLED, and down below you can check out my live stream if you want to see some docked performance, but obviously you've been seeing all that throughout this video, so just subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!